What is happening? Welcome back to the Passes Live. Thank you all for joining me once again for the monthly 1990 Tops No Name on Front Desperate Search. And tonight we have before us a Cello box of 24 different packs, 24 chances to pull the iconic error card of Frank Thomas that I've been trying to pull pretty much my entire life, but on this channel, probably about the last 3 years. And as you probably could have expected, every single one of these rips ends in sheer and utter disappointment. But here's to hoping that tonight will be just a little bit different. I looked at recent eBay sold listings, and the one I saw that sold last, the No Name on Front, it's a PSA 3 sold for about $6,000. So if you're new to the search, that kind of gives you an idea of just how elusive and how valuable this card really is. So we got 24 packs here to rip into. Cello boxes just continue to spike in price. About a year ago, I feel like these were around $50 or so, and now they're around 70 and up. So if we can find this card, I feel like it's going to come out of the jumbo packs and or Cello. I've heard a lot of different variations of what this could possibly come out of, but I have a good feeling about Cello and jumbo packs. Jumbo packs are pretty crazy. They're about 20 bucks a piece now. Pure insanity, and it's probably going to get worse as time goes on and people like me continue to rip these packs looking for this card. So thank you guys all for being here. Let us savagely tear into these packs. And the very first pack, I almost wish I didn't open that, but oh well, Ken Griffey Jr., the second-year Gold Cup card is going to greet us. Maybe that'll be a good sign. In the wax packs, Kurt Schilling is the precursor. I can't remember if he is also in Cello packs and everything else. But Kurt Schilling is a precursor for Frank Thomas. This is Jim Abbott. I think this is still listed on eBay for about $10,000, listed as an error card. So I might have made myself a pretty penny opening this first pack. Paul L. and everybody else, what is happening? I'm also looking for partial blacklist cards, although they can be tough to find. Michael King, what is happening, man? It says, tonight is the night. Let's go. Mike, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you being here for the search. Tonight, hopefully, is the night when a bunch of disgusting gum and all kinds of shards and shrapnel of wax all over this table by the time we're done here. We got Glossy All-Stars Propaganda Piece featuring Mark McGuire, Dan Quisenberry in the very first pack. That is to be expected here. Let's also find some Mickey Weston rookie cards. And I'm not entirely sure who the #1 pull is. If you go to the Facebook group, you will see the document on there, the Google document, of all the most pulls, or the cards that are most pulled, and also the least pulled cards. Jonathan H., also in the house, is yay, a video that won't result in a Nolan Ryan purchase. Jonathan H., what is happening, man? Thank you for being here. Good to see you. And let me ask you this. Which one did you buy? You bought the Nolan Ryan SP. You had to have bought that in a PSA. And knowing you, you probably wanted a PSA 10 of that 91 Upper Deck short print. Kent Hill looking very down in the dumps. And there is the Griffey, quote-unquote, bloody scab card that everyone obsesses over that I don't really understand why. We'll put that up to the side. One of the more iconic cards you can pull from 90 Tops. Jonathan H. says, I did not buy PSA. I bought it a raw from ComC, just like the Elite. You maybe I forgot you bought the Elite. The 91 Donruss Elite, so good. Probably wouldn't have cost that much, though, raw. That's a sick card, though. Very, very sick card. Ben McDonald, rookie card, starts it off. Would have been in a screw-down case back in 1990. I can assure you of that. Glenn Davis. I was definitely stoked on that card as a kid. He definitely had a double headers of this as well, I remember seeing. And Donnie Baseball shows up. Roy Smith with that X-Files-like background. Very pissed off and sassy Dick Hauser. There's John Wath in the second pack. Not surprised by that. And Jim Gott. And the gum is like kind of sticky. It's almost like gooey. I almost want to eat it, but I will spare you guys the chomping. Craig Worthington Gold Cup. That still will always amaze me. Girardi second-year card. How much are you paying for these packs these days? I bought this in a lot. It was like 90 bucks, which was like tough to do for 90 Tops, but I got like a bunch of other random packs with it. So it's even like the wax boxes. There's a Mike Brumley, some sort of weird blemish that I'm obsessed with now. The wax for like 50 bucks now. I was watching a wax box a few hours ago just to stockpile some more because I literally ran out. I was out of time. And the reason I'm doing this, I usually do this on the first of each month, but tomorrow night's the Whatnot auction. So if you haven't bookmarked that yet, you're blowing it. Be there tomorrow, like 7:30, I think. 7:30 to 9, maybe. Selling cards on there. And I figured that I would do this tonight in order to avoid chaos. But I literally had like 5 days until the 1st. I'm like, I better buy something. So I was like, all right, I'm getting these. I don't have any time to bid on any auctions or anything, but they were even expensive. Like the one I saw today went for like at least $50 with shipping. Chris, what is happening? The gnarly handlebar mustache of Doug Jones. Very respectable, commendable mustache. We got Mike Schmidt turn back the clock. Michael King says, I gotta find me some 90 tops and try to get this card. You definitely do, man. It's very, very tough. Tangus says, will there be Padres at this auction? I'll try to throw some in there for you, man. I haven't really got everything together yet. I try to get all the cards listed like the morning of. I might even put some up there tonight. And have some wax. Dante Bichette, 2nd year. Travis D says, now you're going to get a no-name on front, Thomas, and will host Whatnot from the hospital after your heart attack. There is Davey Johnson, neck on front, Davey Johnson. We were looking for the necklace wonder, of course. Greg Maddox in his Cubbies attire. Greg Olson, Keno Burkeville, and Mickey Hatcher is going to end this pack. Silver Fox says, might as well find it tonight. I agree. Tonight is definitely the night that we find it. As Corey would say, let's swashbuckle our way through these packs and find it. Bill Kruger is definitely a Mandela effect. That card did not exist in the dimension that I came from back in 1990. Definitely did not exist, and I'm sure some of you can agree with me on that one. I've never seen that card in my life. Kurt Young, Cal Ripken All-Star card. Paul Ellis has never seen that. We have a Mark Williamson, so we're looking for the trifecta of Orioles here. The first one shows up. Kevin Hickey will be next, and Kurt Schilling is the third one to complete the trifecta. Kevin Bass, this is not the red pants Kevin Bass, so please do not get the two of those confused. And the gum is clinging on for dear life to him. Nick West has only existed in our dreams. That's very, very true. Rick Cerrone, Bill Landrum, and there's some sort of weird blemish on that. I don't know if it's enough for me to put it in my oddball abnormality oddities collection. Video coming sometime the next year. Jeff Torberg manager card, Edgar Martinez. Fisk, Franklin Stubbs, and Mike Devereaux. Robert says, I know it's junk wax, but Topps made $1 billion each of the players in 1990. They definitely did. They made a lot. They definitely made a lot. That's why it's very sad and hard to believe that these could ever come to an end, that somewhere out there the last box will be ripped. I hope it's not in my lifetime. Mikey G, Mikey G, what's up, man? Willie McGee joined the Broken Promises list. The Willie McGee emoji can now be put on the empty promises list. I completely forgot about that, and I am going to strive to do it after this rip is over. Thank you for reminding me, Mikey. Please do not get down in the dumps about that. I will definitely fix it. Eric Davis, there's Bert. A. Bartlett Giamatti. I almost called him Burt Reynolds. A. Bartlett Giamatti. The limp-wristed antics of Phil Stevenson. The disgusting sweat-stained hat of Brian Clutterbuck. Rivaling John Kruk's 86 traded and also 87 Toys R Us card. Clark, All-Star card, Stambled rookie card. We pumped on that one back then. Yuri Wan says, I want to see a Civil War era Mitch Williams and a Glenn Allen seal. Good luck with the 91 front, dude. Yuri Wan, what's happening, man? Thank you very much. We have not seen the Mitch Williams Civil War era card yet, but I have no doubts that will pop up at some point along with Ray McCammon rookie card and the Scott Scudder short print. I spent 4 hours one night looking for that card. I think it was for Nick Miller. Was it Nick Miller or Nick Morgan? There's two of them, and he was putting together the Reds team set. And I spent like literally 4 hours looking for that card one night. And all my 90 tops, could not find it, so it was deemed a short print from that point on. We have Greg Swindell showing up, and I know the side of this card is going to be, and lead us to, the necklace wonder himself. Davey Johnson, no neck on front, has shown up. Paul says it was Nick Morgan. I trust the director of records to have that right. Nick Morgan. He might be on the abandonment list. Might be a name to add to that list. Just to make sure that that is up to date and current. No sign of any rookie cards yet. Sid Bream, Matt Young. Nothing too crazy. Paul says should add him if he ain't here. If he's not here right now, put him on the abandonment list, Paul L. And if he comments on the video after it's over later on, then we can remove him. Paul says never seen that Terry Leach before. I was kind of thinking that myself too. Propaganda piece, Gary Pettis. Carcavice. There's the big cat, as Corey calls him. What he wants is rest in peace, Brian Dubois. Gary got edited with a sinister smirk on his face. Criterion Racer Lee, what is happening, man? Thank you very much for that. I appreciate you. Lee just posted a video, I think it was yesterday. His newest pickups from Sport Lots. If you're familiar with the website Sport Lots, you can get a lot of stuff on there for dirt cheap, although they don't show you pictures beforehand. But I think Lee was saying he's getting cars with like 18 cents a pop on there. I need to go in there myself and finish my 95 Tops traded set. I pretty much almost put together 2 complete sets with the one box I ripped a long time ago. So I got to grab some stuff off there. 5,000 Ks, Nolan Ryan. But check out the Lee's new video. Of course, we can post a link to that, to his channel. I think he's getting close to 300 subs now. Paul L. has added him to the abandonment list. Another 5,000 Ks, Nolan Ryan with the Angels. Tagging us not to sound like a Cowboys fan, but the Padres are taking the series this year. I know my buddy believes that as well. He's a diehard Padres fan. Carmelo Martinez would have hated that car as a kid. Kelly Mann, something stuck to the back of him. Oh, it's the propaganda piece. Dave Trevecki. So I'm not seeing any big names. And we may see a temper tantrum tonight if this continues on this path. Rob Deere and the mullet flapping in the wind. There's Buddy Bo. Randy St. Clair car was creeping me out too. Gus Polidor. And there's Paul O'Neill from Mikey G. Jody wants always despised Carmelo Martinez. I did too, and I don't really know why. There's something about him that really irked me. But that could be said about a lot of players back when I was a kid. Tango's calling a search box. Very well could be the case. Jerry Royce starts it off. I thought there was some sort of weird crease going down that, but I think we're good. Pat Combs rookie card. I feel like that was like a hot one at one point in time. I remember his 90 Donruss rated rookie was like one I had to have for whatever reason. Dwight Evans, Jeff Innes rookie card. Ventura second year. Candelaria. I thought that was going to be a Bernie Williams for a second, but tricked me. Not a Deion Sanders rookie card. Deion Sanders' true rookie is in 89 Tops traded. I hear that said quite often. It is not a Deion Sanders rookie. Carmelo Marshmallow Martinez. Very sissy throw by Doyle Alexander. Surhoff. There is Fred McGriff. Otis Nixon. Steve Finley, second year. Cal Ripken. Herzog. Pendleton. Buechel. And no, Frank Thomas. What is going on here? Paul else, is any more runs with the robot lately? You know what? I had a run with him like about last week. Could this be a partial blacklist? I don't. Doesn't look like it to me. Yeah, we ran into each other in the drive-thru last week, and he was stoked. I forget what he said. He said something about we're on first name basis now, so he's like real aggressive when I pull up to the intercom, and then when I pull back around, he's like, "Oh, hey, John," and then he'll start making small talk with me, and then he'll stand there with the window open, just staring at me. It's real awkward. But there's Brandon Williams rookie card, record breaker Ripken. But he said something about the building. We'll put the Brandon Williams rookie off to the side, one of the more prominent rookie cards. And he said there's Larry Walker, too. That's pretty sick. Larry Walker, I feel like, is a pretty tough pull in 90 Tops. I don't really see too many of those, and I open a lot of this, obviously. But he said something about how, like, I think the building that he lives in, which is also my old store, got sold to somebody else. Maybe another company bought it, which sucks. So, too little too late on that one. The store is now gone forever. But, yeah, he keeps me in the loop of what's going on, and him and I have, there's Tim Wallach, made amends, I guess, until further notice. I still think he is a cyborg from the future sent to eliminate me, but he plays it off well that he's not. Jeff Innes also passed away recently. Rest in peace, Jeff Innes. I liked him when I was younger. Rex Hudler, Greg Vaughn, future star card. Ron Gant, Reedus, Kevin Ritz, Juan Gonzalez. So a bunch of rookies are coming out early now. That's pretty sick. Juan Gone comes out now. Tommy Helms, Wally Whitehurst, and his albino-like ways. The chubby cheeks of Mike Fetters. Boggs All-Star card. Jerome Walton Gold Cup. And I missed something. Trevor Williams says you went past Brian Dubois, who died recently. He was amazing in high school, lost confidence in minors, found it, had 2 seasons in a major before injury. Trevor Williams, thanks a lot, man. Yeah, I definitely mentioned Brian Dubois. I didn't even hear about him passing away. So that must have just happened, but the most recent that I heard about passing was Tim McCarver. But rest in peace, Brian Dubois. Sweet, sweet Velcro hat. I love that. Henderson or Hershiser. There's Bonds. Scott Bankhead, who I think Corey met at the salon or something. Tad Padler, Gary Carter, Fernando Valenzuela, and no Frank Thomas in that freaking pack. Michael Cakes says, I got to beat the robot. Mike, do you know what Taco Bell he's at? If you go there tomorrow from like 10 to 4 o'clock, you will meet the robot, and you will know it's him immediately whenever you pull up to the drive-thru, and you will hear how aggressive he is. Very, very aggressive. And you'll know immediately. Paulus is still waiting on the Taco Bell launch. Corey says post office. Mark Gardner, Future Star. Fred Lynn. Yeah, Mike, you got to go. Corey, did Corey meet the robot? No, he wasn't there the day you were there. I don't think. Steve Farr. His chest hair just blowing in the breeze. Harris. Ron Jones. Uribe. So we're not seeing a whole lot of stars. There's a Dibble. Second year. Billy Ripken. We'll see a Billy Ripken F-face for sale tomorrow night. If that's one that you have on your list, you can grab it in the Whatnot auction. Sandberg and Steve Lake. Some sort of high kick antics. Nick West is still waiting for a photo with the robot. I do need a picture with him. I feel like I can actually do that now that him and I are in good terms. I just make up something like, I don't know, get a picture with him. Like there's another weird. I don't think I ever told you guys about this, but we have every city has different weirdos, and there's a legendary one that we had in our town that we originally called him Westmoreland Mall Weirdo because the mall closest to us in our town is Westmoreland Mall. It used to be Green Gate, but Green Gate got torn down. And I wish I would have went down with it. But, so we originally saw him in Camelot Music. If any of you guys are old enough, which most of you probably are, Camelot Music was a music store. It went under back in like the 90s, late 90s probably, but the Camelot in their mall, and there's guys like a crackhead, like a rat tail and everything else. It was all disheveled and looked like I don't know, straight out of like Ethiopia or something like that, like third world. Super skinny and like talking to himself and everything else is completely cracked out of his mind. So that day we saw him there, we started calling him Westmoreland Mall Weirdo. He was picking like cigarette butts out the ashtrays and stuff and like hitting on like young girls and stuff outside the food court. So from then on out, we'd see him places and scream out the window at him, Westmoreland Mall Weirdo. Then he originally ended up being called Boneface, and I think Skeletor at one point. But long story short, I worked at a restaurant, and he used to come in there and like harass the waitresses that would work there and like make them like necklaces out of like pasta and stuff. Really weird, like all cracked out. And I got a picture with him. We made up some story, me and this cook that worked there made up some story, and I actually got a picture with him, and it was on an old phone a long time ago, and I don't have it anymore. But Westmoreland Mall Weirdo, Boneface, shout out to you wherever you are. I hope that you're still with us. A true icon in this town. Robin Yount, Mike Stanton. Dan Billardello would have hated that card as a kid, but there's a lot of weirdos. There's Leprechaun Man, Boneface, Westmoreland Mall Weirdo. Oh, there's all Leprechaun Man was a guy in my neighborhood that he literally would have 2 walkie-talkies in his back pocket. He'd be walking along by himself, and he looked like a leprechaun, and he had 2 walkie-talkies in his back pocket. And like we called him Leprechaun Man because one day he was like there, and then like a second later he wasn't there, and there was nowhere else he could have been because it was like an open field. So that was Leprechaun Man, the legend of him. There was also Can Man, who was very aggressive and angry. He would push a shopping cart around full of cans, and like I don't think he was homeless either, but he had like Playboy stickers all over it, like stickers with naked ladies all over it and stuff like that. Can Man, but like real angry and mean all the time. This is Roger Craig, $120 manager card. So we had Can Man. We also had a guy we called Mr. Strap Shoes, and that guy was super weird. He had Velcro shoes, and that was his name, was Mr. Strap Shoes. He would just keep circling the block over and over again in his tinted window Volkswagen. Yep, so those are a few legends of the weirdos in my hometown, but that's kind of how... Oh, wow. Somebody's pointed out Bernie Williams is a blacklist. I don't think it's a black. Nah, it's not a blacklist, man. I wish it was. It's a blemish right there. That's pretty sick, though. I was like, that's crazy if that would be a blacklist. So I went off on a rant that was triggered by someone saying I should get a photo with Bone or with the robot. And I instantly thought of the photo with Boneface. There's a hideous antics of Zane Smith. But I haven't seen. I have seen Bicycle Bob. It's been a while, but he's also another local absolute weirdo. Wade Boggs, Eric Hansen. Was that a Jeff King no white on back that went by there? I didn't even notice. I was too busy ranting. I'll have to go back through them. I don't really ever go back through my 90 tops once I rip these open to look at the backs and stuff. John H. says, deliver a comment trying to show you his pot of gold. That is highly inappropriate, but there's Tim Rock Reigns. Now, we made jokes about, like, following him and how he probably lived in the woods and, like, had some sort of jewels and treasures back there, which is probably, like, I don't know, cartons of cigarettes or something. Yeah, Leprechaun Man, and I can't really think of any other ones on the top of my head. Like, Westmore Mall Weirdo Boneface is probably my favorite. Because we had video of him at one point. He was in Eaton Park, and we used to go to Eaton Park all the time at night, and he would be in there by himself, like, and that was back when you'd smoke in there, and he'd smoke these little cigars that stink real bad, the cigarillos or whatever, and he'd just keep smoking them one after another, like lighting one off of the other, and he'd keep going to the bathroom, like, over and over again. I'm pretty sure he's, like, doing blow in there or something, like, over and over again. And I remember my boss filming him outside the parking lot. He, like, lit napkins on fire in his ashtray, and I was, like, freaking out about it. I wish I had a picture of him to show you guys. Actually, I do have one picture from years ago. It's like a side shot of him in a gas station. That is the only evidence of Boneface surviving. I haven't seen him in years, though. We definitely miss him. Yeah, he had napkins in the ashtray and, like, caught them on fire. Like, the entire ashtray would be full of, like, 50 cigarillos by the time he'd leave there, because he's sitting there for, like, 3 hours and, like, hit on the chicks and stuff like that. On the waitress. This was Tony La Russa. Dave Henderson, Dykstra, Jay Bell, there's that $120 Roger Craig again. Joe B is joining us. He didn't miss any advanced laws yet. Kevin Brown, O'Brien, Jake Tibbs, and there's Doc Gooden. Of course, one of those guys is beating you. Ashworth's pick, or it didn't happen. I need to track, like, I still have my old phones, the chocolate, like, sliding phone and stuff like that. I need to, like, go back through those. Like, that picture of him and I might be on there. I can't remember what our story was that we made up. It was, like, something real ridiculous. Like, it was, like, we just want to, like, honor, like, our, you know, our best customers, our most frequent customers. And, like, yeah, I had a picture of Boneface and I together. Travis says, even if you never get a name up front, you can smile and know that you'll always have Carmen. Carmen is, thank you for that, Travis. Carmen is definitely with us, bringing the luck and good fortune for this nutty on front. We haven't even seen the regular one yet. I know Travis has started a channel and has been ripping wax like crazy on there. If Corey could post a link to Travis's channel, check him out and give him a sub if you would be so kind. There's Conseco, Tom Treblehorn. Everyone's demanding to see Carmen, so Carmen is alive and well with us, as well as the Red and Blue Timers and all the other iconic TPIA relics and a big freaking mess over here. But let's say it's up to Carmen. She is definitely still with us, and so is all of the trash on the floor, which will be getting cleaned up here in the next 5 years. There's a link to Travis' channel. Check him out. Treblehorn, Ricky Horton. Everyone is pumped on Carmen. I don't blame any of you. There is the propaganda piece for Topps debut magazine. Omar Vizquel, second year. Carmen's fun. Frank DePino, Tony Gwynn, Jeff Weatherby. I picked up Carmen at a flea market for $5. $5 back in it was probably 2013, I'm gonna guess. But couldn't leave her behind. Then she spent years on our skate park, and then when the skate park shut down, Carmen came home with me. Trevor Williams says, Leprechaun 9. Jabbing for Frank Thomas. You know, invite Leprechaun Man on one of these rips. That would be absolutely epic. I appreciate that, Trevor. Dennis Cook, second year card. Kevin Wickender looking like a young Wyatt Earp. The long neck giraffe-like antics of Dave West. Yeah, we need to get some special guests on here at some point, like Mr. Strap Shoes and all the other iconic individuals that probably hated me back then. Ozzie Guillen. So still no sign of Frank Thomas or Curt Schilling. I'm ready to cry fix on this box. Kurt Manwaring ends that pack. No Dave Smith yet tonight, Paul says. Yeah, Dave Smith was recently put on the Omen list due to frequency. We got 8 packs left for this rip. Only one of the trifecta has shown up. 3 rookie cards. No sign of Sosa yet or Frank Thomas. Our crazy homeless guest of the night is. Ashes, did you discuss the next TPI auction? I talked about it earlier. The next TPI auction is tomorrow night. So no matter what, they're always going to be Wednesday night. Like, I'm not really taking breaks on auctions anymore. They're always going to be every Wednesday night, either 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So I'm not really going to promote them anymore. I hate promoting myself and putting that out there, so I'm not going to do that. It's pretty awful. But I should hopefully have, like, some more, like, wax and stuff like that tomorrow night. I'm probably not going to be selling any individual packs. It'll probably be wax boxes and then singles. Maybe some slabs, rookie cards, stuff like that. Pulling Ryan 5,000 Ks again. First time seen that one tonight, I think. Sandberg. Paul says Mandela effect on the Ken Patterson. I'm thinking that too. There's Kevin Hickey. Part 2 of the trifecta now shows up. I can just see it. Homeless dude eats 90s commons. Ash says... I work second shift, so it's catch as catch can. Yeah, I figured that's what it was. I knew that you worked in the evenings. That's what I figured. That I haven't seen you around too much lately, but I'll probably stick with the Whatnot auctions because they're so freaking simple. It is not a headache at all. I don't have to calculate anyone's totals. I'm not going to weigh anything. I just literally click a button. It prints a label. I package it up. It's gone. Craig Biggio, second-year card. Jared says they need a trifecta to summon the anyone front. We do need a trifecta. We are down 1. And the Schilling should. What the hell's wrong with this pack? We have some tampering here. It's like welded shut. The hairdryer. That is pretty haggard. We'll see if there's any good in here. But I highly doubt someone searched the box because I'm pretty sure if you're searching boxes, you would have taken the Gold Cup Griffey out. That's just my opinion. Laser Beam Bird. Let's see if there's anything good in here. My luck, the name on front would be in this pack. Craig Biggio. Bernie Williams. What is going on with this? It's the same exact blemish on this one, too. That's weird. That's really weird. And it has the same exact little blue stripe there. Is that an indicator that no name on front is in here? I don't know. Reseal the cast iron pan. That's really super weird. The same exact card like that? I don't know. I've never seen that before in a Bernie Williams, so that's pretty freaking wild. Belai 11. Bergman, Paul Coleman. Of course, is count the cards. Yeah, I probably should have. I guess I can go back when the video's over. Brett Butler. It looks like there's 31 cards here. Big Jim Slade, member for 25 months. Holy crap, man. It says, what's up, Mr. John? Over 2 years. Channel member. Thanks so much, man. Big Jim Slade. That's Brian Smith. What's happening, dude? Ken Hill and the precursor for Griffey is Ken Hill. This is the scab card. So the pack that I thought was tampered with had a Griffey in it, which is pretty wild. Girardi and Gerald Perry. 6 packs remain. I find it hard to believe, though, but an entire Cello box. 31 times 24 is what? Somebody do the math on that. And not see one Frank Thomas. Paul says, I've missed 0 live streaming in 33 months. It's been 33 months. I thought Paul missed 1, like last summer, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe time has flown by that fast that I thought last summer was like, all right, I know Tom Gordon is the precursor for Curt Schilling, who is the precursor for freaking Frank Thomas, who is behind him right now. The trifecta has shown up. Oh, what is it going to be? There it is. We have found it. We'll save that for later. Steve Sachs, Clemens, Tom Lampkin. I have stacks of 90 tops that are ready to collapse next to me. And I'm all for it. Let's see if we got a Frank Thomas NNOF front. And if that's what it is, I will never be heard from again. Because I'm sure the Tops reps will show up, Men in Black style, and I don't know what they'll do, but that's what apparently happens when you pull that card. So we have 5 packs left and a suspenseful ending. Nick West's trifecta is complete. The weird Bernie Williams. Of course, don't drop my cards. I forgot Corey Onesies. I completely forgot that. Corey's putting together the 90 top set. That's Fred McGriff. Putting together a set. This probably will put him over the top. Downhill for Jordan Wuhan. Greg Jeffries Gold Cup. Puckett. And Vance Law now shows up for Joe B. He just in time. There's that sick binder. I got those in my basement somewhere right now. Vance Law. Never excited to see him. Todd Benzinger. I'm going to go back to Maryland and find that Todd Benzinger for a nickel. I'm going to freaking buy it next time. Don Zimmer. I have to look up his 91 Tops cards. Last time I looked, they were still selling for like 15 bucks. Dave Magadan at one point was the most pulled card from 90 Tops in these videos. I forget who it is now. Eric says, what do you do with all your commons? I've got a ton and don't know what to do with them. I put them on Marketplace and get rid of them that way. Usually when I sell, I'll put like, I don't know, 50,000 commons on there together. I mean, I put a lot of like Hall of Famers and leave a lot of Hall of Famers and stuff like that in there too. But I take like pretty much all the rookies out, obviously. I'll put them on Marketplace for like, I don't know, I'll sell like thousands and thousands for like 50 bucks. And so like 50 boxes, flat rate boxes, and 1,000 count boxes for like 50 bucks. And they usually sell like within an hour on Marketplace. People buy them for kids to start collecting, for TTMs. People love them. And it gets them out of my hair really quick. That's typically what I do. Smolt second year card. So we have a surprise waiting for us at the end. There's Todd Zeal and pumping that one. Mickey Weston now shows up. This rip is getting epic, more and more epic as we come to a close. This gum is pissing me off because it's every single piece is just crumbling everywhere. And I'm throwing it on the floor, and I'll be stepping on it, I'm sure, soon after. Ramon Martinez, second year card. Dave Schmidt. Still no Dave Smith, I don't think. Paul, right? Still haven't seen him. Dan Pasqua, Greg Browley, Gold Cup, and Joe Price. Ends that pack. 3 packs remain. And we do have a guaranteed Frank Thomas. What the hell is this? So we have some sort of moisture that happened to this pack at one point in time. It's the cellophane. There's Sosa rookie card. The cellophane has worn off on the wrapper, or on the card, I should say. Sosa rookie card shows up. Leland. I want to say I had Leland autograph that in the early 90s. Mitch Webster and some sort of canker sore around his mouth. There's the Futurama, Drew Hall. Gwynn, all-star card. And Big Jim Slates has finally caught you live in a while, sir. Nice picks over the weekend. Brian, thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. I was going to say, it's been a while since you've been in here. Now, Brian, a pretty sick layaway set aside for him at his LCS, or as some people call him, local LCS. But some very nice cards he's got put away that'll be in his PC pretty soon. So, honestly, I could say I'm kind of jealous. But I hope to add to my collection too, man. It's good that you caught a live stream, man. It's good to see you in here. Civil War era Mitch Williams now shows up. So, all of the puzzle pieces are coming together. 2 packs left. And let's see if we can find a Frank Thomas. How many sets of 90 Tops do you have? I don't even know if I have a factory set. I might have one 90 Tops factory set that's sealed. Maybe. That's it. I started hanging them a long time ago and I gave up. I was over it real quick. But all the 90 Tops go into boxes and they get sold off in bulk lots. Ozzie Smith. Definitely don't have the room to keep everything that I rip open. Like saying your PIN number. So... there's Rob Deere in the mullet again. Smiley. So we got 1 pack left after this one. Kevin Gross and Lane Extra. Final pack of tonight. Don't you touch that dial because we've got a Frank Thomas awaiting us. And I missed something. My fault, Corey said. Trevor Williams once again says Kurt Schilling told me he was hungover for photo. Yeah, Trevor Williams actually, he reached out and talked to Kurt Schilling on Twitter. And Kurt responded to him and said he was like super hungover the day that photo was taken. Which he definitely looks like it. I thought that was pretty sick that he actually responded and he like remembered that card. I don't know if he had like Googled first, but yeah, I was super hungover for that. That's freaking awesome. Robert, what's happening, man? Chris Bolton says John still owes me 90 Top set for a certain favor I did in the dark one. I was pissed off. Sparky Anderson. First time seeing that tonight. Frank Robinson. There's Dave Smith, the last pack. So everything is coming together now. And we have 1 Frank Thomas to peer at here momentarily. Melito Perez for Jonathan H. So literally everything is coming full circle. There's Corky from Life Goes On. R.J. Reynolds, Dan Berryhill, who I hated as a kid, and Tom Browning, who recently left us. Rest in peace, Tom Browning, and Chris Carpenter. Not the Blue Jays Chris Carpenter, however. Moment of freaking truth here. We got 2 Griffey Gold Cups, 2 Bernie Williams with some sort of blemish on them that I'm obsessed with. Sosa rookie, Walker rookie, and Juan Gonzalez rookie. And the trifecta is also complete along with Mickey Weston. So what a hell of a box. Now, the moment that we've all been waiting for. Let us reveal the Frank Thomas no name on front. I can see the top border already in black. No, I'm so used to the letdown after all of these years. One of these days, I'm going to find a partial blacklist or something close to it. Still love the card nonetheless. I will always love that Frank Thomas rookie card, but I would like it a lot better if it was the true error card that I needed in my PC. We tried, we failed yet again, but that won't stop me because I'll be back on the 1st of next month trying once again to desperately find that legendary error card. So thank you guys all tonight for being here and joining me for this rip. And like I said, tomorrow night, the Whatnot auction will be around 7:30. A bunch of rookie cards, probably some slabs, and things of that nature. So join me over there if you feel so inclined. And I should be back later this week. I think I'm going to do like a random rip on like a Thursday or a Friday, ripping this minor league box. I've had it sitting around for a few weeks, and I want to see what's in there. So I do that in a couple days, so keep an eye out for that. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow night on the other platform. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate you all. I'll see you tomorrow.